So grade 8 girls, please turn to page number 217. Come on, 217, Talin. Page 217, we'll start with analyze linear associations. We'll start with lesson analyze linear associations. Okay, so here is an example. Georgia and her classmates are measuring their height and arm span. They record their data, okay? They are seeing their height and also arm span both in inches. And according to this graph, they have plotted, see? They have scattered a plot here. And then what do they do is, many of the points are the same distance from the trend line. What does that mean? Many of the lines are same distance. They are taking the distance between these. Like example, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. When you compare many of the lines, when you see here, and that's why you make a straight line. That's why you make a straight line. This straight line wasn't there. First, I will just put these plots like this, okay? And then I'll choose where it has to be at the middle. Then I'll choose where it has to be at the middle. Like example, see here. Here, you know that the middle point is somewhere. And here, you know that this somewhere. Okay. With this, you have decided and you have made a middle line. And you have plotted a graph. Made a straight line. So this straight line wasn't there. This line is called a trend line. Use a pencil to find a line passes through the point, middle of the plotted points. Whatever you have plotted, you just see the middle point of that. Like example, see, this is a straight line. You just see the middle of the line. With the middle of the lines here, you have seen you have two important middle lines here. One here and one here. With this, you will just make a straight line. With this, I will make a straight line and try to join others and see. And what is this line called as, girl? This is called a trend line. What is this line? Trend line, T-R-E-N-D, trend line. Just you'll see a small video of it, of the trend lines.
How can you describe the association of two data sets? Think about this question during the lesson. Georgia and her classmates are measuring their height and arm span. They record their data in a table. What relationship might there be between the two measurements?
They are asking the relationship between these two measurements, between height and arm span. So when you plot in the same graph, you have to plot the height, and in the same graph, you have to plot the arm span. It's up to you to how to change it. Like, see, the student will be an x-axis, and y-axis will be both height and the arm span. Okay, and then you compare height and arm span with, seeing the middle value and make a line. This is what is a trend line. Did you get an idea, girls? Yes, Dana, did you get an idea?
span might increase when height increases, but this relationship is difficult to determine from the data presented in the table. How can they figure out what relationship, if any, exists between the two sets of measurements? Georgia needs to plot the data points on a scatter plot. She makes the x-axis represent the height, and the y-axis the arm span. Then she looks at the table and sees that all the data is between 58 and 67. So Georgia makes a discontinuous scale that jumps from 0 to 56 on each axis. Now, let's plot the data points in a scatter plot.
That means, girls, in this lesson, it's not important that you start with 0, 10, 20. She started with 56 because why did she chose 56? Because when you see the range here, girls, like you need to see the range. I see that the least is how much? 58, and the highest is 64. So she started with 56, 58, and then she gave a gap of 2, like example 56, 58, 60. Can you see here? Or you can say 56, 57, 58, but instead of just writing 57, she left that space and she went 58. Same thing she did with the y-axis, and then she plotted her graph. But this graph is already given to you all.
Georgia can next use a pencil to find a line that passes through the middle of the plotted points. This line that passes through the middle of the plotted points is called a trend line. She found a good trend line because many of the points are the same distance from the line. By drawing a trend line, how can Georgia determine the relationship between height and arm length?
Now, see, I told you, what did they do? Between the height and arm length, there are 2 points they drew in the middle and then made a straight line. And after making the straight line, Georgia discovered that most of the lines had the midpoints which are similar.
Look at the slope of the line. The slope is positive. Georgia can draw a trend line on the scatter plot to determine that there is a positive relationship between height and arm span. As height increases, arm span tends to increase as well. This is one way to describe the relationship between two.
So this lesson, again, you're not solving any questions like algebra. It's not tough at all, girls. You just have to have a simple thing. If you know how to plot a graph, and if you know how to make a trend line, that is enough. These lessons are very, very simple, girls. Did you understand this? It's very simple. You just need to have an idea about the graphs. If you're good at plotting graphs and understanding the points, how to plot them, it's more than enough. Come on, Taleen, can you just see on the screen? Which page is it? 218. So please draw a trend line here, everyone. And what did I say? How to draw a trend line? You just take this and then, like example, I make with black color. Okay, the middle of, if I want to check, I will see the middle of these 2 points, and the middle is here. Okay. Like if I want to check the middle line, here, see, between this and this, it's here. The middle line is somewhere here. With this middle line, I make a plot. I make a trend line. With this middle line, I make a small trend line. Did you understand? This graph is already given to you. With these 2 points, I make a, please Taleen, wake up, wash your face and come. If you like, you can go and come back. Come on, what's her name? Lamar 218, lesson 2. These days when you all are coming with lot of efforts, girls. It's not easy for your parents to send you like that in this, these pandemic. When they're really sending you, they're sending you to learn here. What is the use? It's okay, you speak to your parents and get back home. When you don't want to learn, come on, wake up from your sleep and come on, start doing it. Did you draw this line, Dali? What happens, sweetie? Very sleepy. When do you sleep at home? Very late? Yes, Lamar, when did you sleep yesterday? 2. How about you, Tali? Because it was weekend, that's why? Or normally you all sleep like this, both of you? You got up late and then you couldn't sleep. How about you, Talin? Daily, what time do you sleep? Daily. Every day, what time do you sleep? Around 12 or 11. Make a habit, girls. When you're coming 6 o'clock, when you're coming so early at school, please make a habit to sleep early. Did you get that? Did you draw that line? See, Talin, all these graphs are given. There's just one line you need to draw, which is called as trend line. What is called as? Trend line, okay? This is nothing but trend line. Nadia's not here. Tala, that's it. Nadia, Tala, and Majduleen. Yes. Yes.
No, Miss, I'm here. Miss, I'm here.
Nadia and Tala, for you, we will not give you absent at all because you have informed. But others, yes. Are you listening to the class, Nadia? Are you taking notes? Is your big book with you?
My book isn't with me, so I'm taking notes right now for the class.
Where is your book at school?
Yeah, it's inside.
Please ask your driver to come and take it. Please, Nadia. Okay. I don't want you to do nothing or just because you how will you take notes in the paper? Will you draw these graphs? Not easy, okay, Nadia? Ask your driver to come and take the book. You can call me and I will just take your book from here on the table and give it to him. Okay, Nadia?
Okay.
Get serious, girls, please. Now here, for each, see again, this is imagination for you, okay? You will try to draw a trend line and you will see whether it's a strong positive linear association, non-linear. What is the meaning of non-linear, Lamar? What is the meaning of non-linear? N-O-N? What is not straight? And again, now here, when you see the first one, okay, and if I try to draw a middle line, okay, I try to draw a middle line here. Let me draw a straight line and see. Okay, yes. Near to the trend line, do you see the plots very near or far away? This is a trend line, I made it. I made it with this. Do you see, like I made one of a straight line here like this, okay? Between these 2 points. And here I made it in the middle, a point. And then I took a straight line from here, this way. What do you think, girls? That it's a strong positive linear association because you could see many of the plots. It's simple, you'll write strong positive linear association. Like example, in your quiz, if I give you this graph, what do you need to choose? You need to choose strong positive because when you make a straight line, you have many plots there, many points near to it. Here, girls, I took one of it. I make a line and try to make a linear line. Any strong? No. There is non-linear association. There is no linear. There is non-linear association. And looking at this is no association. If I try making the points in the middle, imagine I made it here. For here, I made it here. For here, I made it here. Something like this. So no, not at all. No association. The last one is no association. Just write down these, girls. Write strong positive linear association. For the next one, write non-linear association. And the third one, write down no association. Page 219, Taline. First one, strong positive linear association. Second, B is non-linear. Third is no association. May I go to next page? Girls, looking at this, is it strong or weak positive association? How will I know that? I will try to make. Look at these, girls. If I try to make, okay, just write on weak positive. Yes, it is a positive association. You can see that, they're very near to the trend line, but it is weak positive association. Looking at it, it's weak positive. Do you think this can be linear association? Non-linear association. Non-linear association. Non-linear association, guys. Write down weak positive association for question 4. For question number 5, please write down non-linear association. Done? See, girls, look at this graph. As the temperature is increasing, how would the store sale? It is decreasing. Is it going up or down? Dada, looking at this graph, the graph is going up or down. Is it decreasing or increasing? This means it is increasing or decreasing. It is decreasing. Girls, when it is decreasing, you will write it as negative. The association, what do you write it as? negative. When it is increasing, you write it as positive. Will you remember this, girls? When it is increasing, you will write positive. When it is decreasing, so nearly all the points are close to the trend line. This shows it's a strong association. It's a strong association, but it's a negative one. All are near the trend line. So this was just an example. My goodness. Now, the scatter plot shows the average heights of the children 2 to 12 in certain country. Which line is the best model for the data? Okay, best model for the data. Which line? They said the line M. Because see, the line M crosses more points. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's why answer is line M is the best model. Because it crosses more, it has something more in common. Okay, now when you see S, you have only 1 point. When you see F, only 1 point. But M is the line, only line which has so many, you know. Lamar, please wake up, Lamar. Write down line M. Line M, because see, this line has most of the points which are coinciding. Taleen, page number 221. Please write down here question number 6 as line M. Question number 7. Girls, when you see this straight line, like example, if they ask me to make a trend line, what do you think? Is it positive or negative? It is positive, negative, or no? It's positive. Why is it positive? Okay, even this is linear. Because this is increasing. It is positive. Write down in the bracket because you will remember. Because it is increasing. They did not give us the condition. Usually, you know, with so many hours, with time it increases. They did not give you, but looking at the graph, I say it is positive because it is increasing. When it does get back like this, this means it is decreasing. Question number 8. It is positive, but how about the association? It is called as linear association. Positive, linear. Why it is linear, girls? Because it is a straight line. Now this answer goes with you, Lamar. Because it is a straight line, it is linear. It is positive because the trend lines have all those plots. It is linear because it is a straight line, and of course association. Positive, linear association. Question number 8, please write down positive, linear association. Taleen, question number 8. Please write down now positive, linear association. Describe the relationship between the data and the scatter plot. Okay, girls, what do you think? The trend, like example, if I make a trend line from here, what do you think? Is it increasing or decreasing? Noor, decreasing. So is it negative or positive? Negative. And why did they say strong? Because most of the points, most of the plots, they are in the middle, right? That's why, see, it's touching this. How many? Like if I make a circle, this is almost this one. There's so many. So that's why it's called a strong. Negative because it is coming down. Linear because it's a straight line, and you write association. I hope you are getting these terms. Nadia, are you able to understand over there? Nadia?
Yeah, I'm understanding.
Why is it called as linear? Because it's a straight line. As it is
Linear doesn't
decreasing,
survive,
it is
yeah.
negative.
Non-intuitive.
Okay. If it increases this way, it is called as, sorry, 1 minute. If it is increases, it goes up, it's positive. Here it is negative, linear association, and strong because I could see many plotting, many points on the or near the linear line. Lamar, I request you to write strong negative linear association. You wrote it? Talin, did you write this? The last one? Do you think this is linear? This is not linear. Non-linear association, that's it. Just write down non-linear association. Because it's not a straight line, you will write non-linear association. There's nothing in this lesson, girls. The lessons are very, very simple. I think I finished with the book before your exams and before your holidays, and then only 2 lessons are left, right? Inshallah, I'll try to finish and quit, and when you come back, you're taking your new books from me, okay? It's okay, Nadia. Only 2 lessons are there. You can manage with the paper, and later on, when you come back, inshallah, you will write out. Okay, high order, we're not doing it. Please put a cross mark. A sociologist is studying how sleep affects the amount of money a person spends. The scatter plot, oh my God. The relation is very, very weird because it shares amount of sleep with the money spent. And if you spend a lot of money, you don't sleep. I don't know what is the relation here. Is it a straight line, Tali? Is it a straight line? It's a non-linear association. It's not linear. If it is a straight line, you call it as a linear association. How do you know if a scatter plot shows a linear relationship? It has to be, the values of y change with respect to values of x at a constant rate. Constant rate means the graph has to be linear. The word constant rate, see, varying rate, decreasing rate, increasing rate. It is not constant rate. If it is constant rate, the word constant rate shows me that it is a linear relationship, okay? Positive means population and the number of schools. Because if population increases, school will increase or decrease. If the population of your city increases, the schools will be more, right? Like when you think, this graph has to be increasing this way. Hair length and shoe size, it is related. Hair length and shoe size. Number of people who carpool to work and money spent on gas. Hours worked and amount of money earned. Of course, when the hours increases, when you work more of money. That's it, girls, for this lesson. That's it for today's class. Nadia, you may leave. Nadia? Nadia, she left.